Good morning, folks. I'm Mike from Germany, and you will notice that I'm not a native speaker, so I apologize in advance for stuttering or my lack of grammar. And I intend to walk the Camino in 2021. Crazy. Let's talk about walking the Camino in 2021. First of all, I'm not an idiot, and I take the entire situation extremely serious. I want to approach the topic in a more logic and rational way. Let's say it that way. The actual situation in Spain is similar to the other countries in Europe. It's a little complicated because last week's numbers went down, and now yesterday there's a spike of 40,000 new cases in just one day. I don't know what to think about that. You know, I'm not a COVID denier. I don't reject or refuse wearing a mask. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. And believe me, I'm not stupid. And of course, there's a huge peak in numbers, but I'm not quite sure how to evaluate the numbers, because first of all, we are just right out of the holidays, Christmas and New Year's Eve and stuff like that, and many cases haven't been counted. And on the other hand, we have a huge increase of tests. You know, Donald Trump is an idiot. We all know that. But one thing he said, if we didn't do so many tests, we wouldn't have that high numbers. And that's, although he's an idiot, that's true. And we have a huge increase in tests. No, of course you have a huge increase of positive cases. It's normal. Anyway, in October 2020, Spain enacted a kind of emergency law. Sounds dramatic, but means in general that the single regions in Spain can enact some rules other than the general rules. Means like local lockdowns, local curfews, stuff like that. That's it. Authorities are warning to do any kind of touristic travel into Spain. But it's not prohibited. Means even now you could pack your backpack and go on the Camino. It's no problem. If you want to do that, you have to decide yourself. And I think there will be many people who will curse you for that. But I also think, first of all, a pilgrim is not a tourist. Because, you know, a pilgrim doesn't travel like a tourist. pilgrim doesn't behave like a tourist. The pilgrim doesn't walk the Camino in order to have fancy parties, get drunk every day, and, you know, normal tourists stay at a hotel with dozens of people in the breakfast room, all-inclusive buffet, like sausages at the pool. That's not a pilgrimage. That's different. And I think, you know, when I walk the Camino, most of the day I'm alone while walking. And the only time I meet some people is maybe in a cafe, if possible, or at the albergue, or hostel, or hotel, whatever. Means on the Camino, I would encounter much less people than staying at home. So I think, just regarding my safety on the Camino, I would be safer than at home. Simple as that. And I watched a video of a German guy who walked the Camino last year, I think it was September or October. And he was walking wearing a mask. In the cities, you had to wear a mask. Albergues were run on reduced capacity, but it was possible. That's it. And you know, I am thinking to walk the Camino in May. If something serious happens, or if we have a huge spike in numbers, or maybe another lockdown or whatever, I wouldn't do it. I'm not an idiot. Then I postpone to, I don't know, July, maybe October. I don't care. But my first stop is May. And as long as nobody tells me I cannot do it, I will try. What would I answer? Somebody asked me, can you recommend to walk the Camino in 2021? I don't recommend anything at all. It's all your decisions, all up to you. You decide, and you live with the consequences. Same with me. I don't know if it's gonna be your first Camino, and you know this will be your only one. You never do it again. I wouldn't recommend it. I would wait until it's all normal, because I'm aware that walking the Camino with mask and contact restrictions, stuff like that, wouldn't be the same Camino as normal. Would be also awesome, but different. And I don't know, walking the Camino is about meeting people, other cultures, having fun, laughing, singing, drinking, dancing. That's the Camino. That wouldn't be possible wearing a mask and keeping distant, closed bars and restaurants, and wearing a mask in the albergues. Wouldn't be the same. If you think about, I don't know, I walked the Camino this year, and then definitely another time when Corona is over, I would say yeah, do it, I do it too. And I'm glad if I would meet you on the way. But, you know, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm not sure how it will look like, but I will give it a try. And I'll let you know. So next time, I'll give you weekly updates on what happens in Spain. And by the way, Holy Year has been extended until 2022. So don't be afraid. Your sins will be forgiven, even if a little later. Yeah, I give you weekly updates, and from next week I will test out some equipment, maybe thinking about buying something new, some Camino shopping, and yeah, we see. One thing that I learned from a Japanese on my first Camino, who intentionally walked the Camino because he wanted to commit seppuku, means, you know, kill himself, because he didn't make his family happy. Yeah, what can I say? We convinced him that it's worth living and that he is a worthy person. And after that, every time we met him, he was shouting, "Never give up, never give up." And that's my message to you. Never give up, think positive, and if you don't decide, somebody else decides for you. Buen Camino, stay safe, stay healthy. Till next week.